Shout out to Money Brown, man. Respect Junior. Boy, Money Brown, he get a lot of money. That's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV. And keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on at the fight war? This your boy Money back with another one, fam. Nelson Hurts on 3 big dogs in this fight game. We got that killer, that gorilla, Gervonta Tank Davis, the undefeated 3-division world champion, the hottest young star in the game, arguably the face of boxing outside of Canelo Alvarez. Then we have Zepeda, the undefeated WBC lightweight interim champion. You know, he's a hot commodity on the market. And then we have Shakur Stevenson, the undefeated 3-division world champion who holds the WBC scrap at the lightweight division. He is on everybody's pound-for-pound list, one of the most special talents in the game today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, Shakur Stevenson want to make a statement against Zepeda, right? He's taking a lot of backlash. People saying he ran from Edwin De Los Santos when he only had one hand and a fucked-up shoulder, and he still went out there and put on the boxing clinic with one hand. But a lot of people don't go rewatch that fight, and they don't want to give him his just on his credit because he's a bad boy inside that square circle. You understand what I'm saying? Then he came out and you know, walked down Autumn, who didn't really want to fight like that, right? Walked him down, did a little better than the Edwin De Los Santos fight. And then we seen what he did to Electrician, man. Stopped him in 9 rounds with a body shot. But now he want to make a statement against somebody who a lot of people talk about he needed to bow down to make the fight. A lot of people was shitting on him, talking about he was afraid of Zepeda and all this other shit. But now that he's taking on Zepeda, they want to change the narrative. Now here is Zepeda getting ready for July the 12th. I like Zepeda. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't think he's on Shakur Stevenson level. I seen what Zepeda did with Tevin Former back to back. You understand me? And Tevin Former was handling Zepeda. But he came victorious in both fights, did his thing. You got to salute him. His hand was raised at the end of the day, and that's all that mattered. At the end of the day, you get your hand raised. Now, Wim missed a hell of a fight. I'm not taking nothing away from him, right? But him going up against Shakur Stevenson, I think he don't stand a chance. That's just me, myself. You might feel different. A lot of people go say, well, Shakur go run from him, this, that, and the third. It's up to Wim to cut the ring off. But I don't think Shakur just go run. I think Shakur go stand there and make a statement. But Wim is going to give him opportunities to go out there and put some punches together and try to, you know, overwhelm Shakur Stevenson and show him that, hey, I'm a bad boy as well. Now, when it's all said and done, this is the man that Shakur Stevenson wants. I said when it's all said and done, this is the man that Shakur Stevenson wants. That killer, that gorilla from Baltimore. Baltimore, y'all know what y'all got in Gervonta Tank Davis. Y'all know y'all got an all-time great. Y'all know y'all got a Hall of Famer. You understand? But what we need is for Baltimore to rally behind Tank and tell him, get Shakur Stevenson that opportunity, man. You feel me? After Lamont Roach, because I feel like he gonna do his thing against Lamont Roach. Stump him out. Show that boy what he talking about. Go out there, dust his ass off. You feel me? And no disrespect to Lamont because I like him as well. And then go out there, man, and make it happen with Shakur Stevenson, bro. Do what you got to do. Of course, you can demand a lot of money and you will receive a lot of money. It's just up to Tank to say, let me put my ego to the side a little bit. You feel me? We know you running the shots. We know you the Don Data. But you got to bend a little bit so we can make this fight happen. Right? Shakur Stevenson, understand the situation. He got to bend to make the fight happen. Right? I don't want either one to get fucked, but we know how this shit goes in the boxing game, bro. You have to give a little to make something big happen. You know what I mean? Now, Shakur has to get past Zepeda. I know a lot of people looking at this fight as if Shakur fit the boys again and he ain't gonna do this, he ain't gonna do that. Well, if you really look at all his fights, bro, you can only try to question him for 2 fights, like in reality. The Nakathila fight, who he dropped, and then the Edwin De Los Santos fight, where he had a fucked up hand and a fucked up rotator cuff. A lot of people say, well, he don't like to get hit. He gonna make sure he don't get hit. Don't nobody like to get hit. Nobody. Including Gervonta Tank Davis. You feel me? Getting punched in your motherfucking face ain't fun, but I understand you gotta take it to give it. You feel me? You gotta take a little bit to give it. Right? And It's the sport of boxing. So sometimes you got to get the people they pound the flesh that they looking for. But what y'all don't understand is y'all not taking them punches, bro. Y'all not. And if he was to take a L, y'all ain't gonna do nothing but shit on them, dog them out, drag them all through the mud, right? And I'm not using that as an excuse to not, buckle down a little bit. But y'all gotta understand the sport and understand people's skill sets. You understand? I heard Turkey talking about a 18 by 18 foot ring, cutting the ring off, making it short. Listen, bro, if you can go left to right, if you can grab and turn a motherfucker, you still can move around that square circle. You understand what I'm saying? Still can move around a square circle. It's up to the opponent to cut the ring off and to say, you know what? Let me grab your ass. Let me hit you on the hips. Let me take you to the ropes, hit you to the body. Let me try to slow you down. You feel me? Use some of them veteran tactics that a lot of people use. Step on a motherfucking foot. If you got to, trip his ass, make him fall. Like, you got to do little tactics to slow him down and try to turn him out so where he can't move so much. You know? Them just veteran tactics from the OG Money B that I done picked up on. No talk to a lot of these fighters and shit like that. How to slow down a moving target, right? But at the end of the day, if your skill set is to outbox a motherfucker, outpoint him, make him look bad, right? Your defense is your defense. Then you can't go away from that as well, because then you putting yourself in a vulnerable position. Now, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because I'm saying I want Shakur to go out there and make a statement against this man. I want him to show Zepeda that, listen, I seen what Tevin Foreman did to you back-to-back fights. I seen you get dropped. I seen you tire out. I seen you open for this punch, that punch, and this punch. You understand? I want to see that, bro. I want to see that. So, at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. And then, like I say, I want him to do what he got to do to get that Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And I want Tank to participate and do what he have to do to get the Shakur Stevenson fight, because one can't do it without the other, bro. And we know Tank is the A side, so what he says goes. He's really the big dog. So he most definitely the one that can make it happen. And you got to be fair as well, right? Get what you're deserving, get what belongs to you, but don't try to F a person over. You know what I mean? That's how this fight can get made. Not because Shakur with Turkey, not because Shakur is with Eddie Hearn and Tank say he don't want to do business with them or that. But if you put enough money in front of Tank, if you put enough money in front of him, he's not going to turn it down. It's business, not personal. A lot of these cats try to make it personal. Oh, man, this is that. He said he'll never do this, and he'll never do that, and he'll never do this. So the fight can't happen. So they really ducking because they're over there, and they're over here. And Tank said he'll never fight for that fighter, or he'll never fight for that promoter, or he'll never go there. You put enough money in front of a motherfucker, and a fight can happen at the end of the day. Stop listening to all these clowns say all this bullshit, all this stupid shit. You know what I mean? So let's just see how things play out, man. July 12th. Shakur Stevenson, William Zepeda. That's the first part. Then I think maybe in August, September, we get Tank and Lamont Roach. I don't know the date, but I think they'll pop up. And then let's see if we can get some negotiations going. Even if it happened in 2026, let's see if we can get some type of negotiation going for Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis, because that's the scrap that we all need. Straight like that. And I'm going to keep it trail all the way around the board. And Money B is on to the next.